Hello, everyone. It is Tuesday, September the 4th, and super excited to be back here with you guys. It's 222, and it's time for my free weekly tea and tarot reading with Spirit. And again, I always have something delicious in my cup of tea to share with all you guys and to share with you whose deck I'm using each week. Even though my show was called Weekly Tea and Tarot Reading, currently this year in 2018, I am using Colette Baron Reid's deck, Wisdom of the Oracle. So each week I take two cards where one is the challenge card, meaning what is the challenge? What is the question we are talking about today? What action step are we getting from Spirit? And each week I share a personal story. And I also give a suggested blend of 3 high-grade essential oils to help you guys balance your emotions, because many people that I attract are definitely empaths, and yes, that does include men. It's not necessarily women. And so a lot of us are really affected by what's happening with the planets, with the full moon, the new moon, and especially the retrogrades. So each week, this is what I'm going to be talking about to help you guys manage your emotions, share some stories, and have a lot of fun. All right. So I'm going to ask you guys, if you haven't done so yet, before I get started, I'd just like to take a few little things here and we get people joining us, is to please go to my YouTube channel under Tamron's Place, click on the subscribe button, get those notifications, because yes, we are back on track, and each week the videos will be uploaded so that you can share them with your friends. All right, because a lot of people want to be more collective, they want to support each other, and there's so much incredible information now available to us on the internet, especially YouTube. And it's one of my favorite places to actually go and to get the information that I am seeking. So I'm going to encourage you guys to do so. My business launch is coming up, which I will be talking about more at the end of this video, on Friday, September the 14th. So by then we will have the custom channel created for you guys. A few more things we're going to be changing on social media, and you will see everything kind of looking the same. So I'm super excited. Back to the grind, can't even talk. And yeah, here we are. So again, it's Tuesday, September the 4th. This week, as many of you guys know, if you personally know me, I'm currently in Northern Ontario. I live on a beautiful lake out here, and it's been spectacular. So we're having an amazing summer, a lot more sun than what we're actually used to. So we're not getting the massive heat wave and the humidity that a lot of other people are getting in Southern Ontario, where I'm from. But up here, we're getting spectacular weather where the days are still really warm. So today is raining. So when it's raining, I tend to sleep in. I don't want to get out of bed, even though I love what it is that I do. It's like, just stay warm under the blanket. I have my little dog who stays with me. But the thing is, using herbs and essential oils as well can help to balance what's actually happening, not only with our emotions, but with our physical body as well. So it's super damp out today because the rain has started, and even though it's still warm out, it's damp out. Okay, so I've got my sweater behind me, but the tea that I was actually looking for in my cupboard was like a chamomile tea, and I'm totally out of chamomile tea. So I grabbed my African rooibos tea, which is the name of this tea by Mighty Leaf Tea, and it's got some floral in it, but I've added raw honey. So raw honey actually helps to put the minerals back into your body to bring down the dampness, okay? Because if our body is too damp, it affects our spleen, and our spleen is actually responsible for energy, right? A lot of people think it's an organ that's not necessary, but that's not true. And if you study energy work and a lot of energy healing, which is what I started to do way back in 2000, the spleen is actually really important. So a lot of people that are sluggish, have no energy, can't move, feel stuck or whatever, we used to focus on cleansing the spleen. All right, so here we go. We're going to balance that out as we're waiting for other people to join. And just a quick reminder with you guys, I am here each week for you guys live on Facebook. We reload them to YouTube. I will check throughout the video as I'm talking, because I do have a specific story set in mind and what it is that I want to talk about. I draw my two cards just before we go live, so I'm not wasting time shuffling. But people ask questions sometimes throughout, so I will stop before I get started, and then throughout, and then again at the end. So if you have any questions or comments of anything coming up during the reading, just remember I will get back to you. And if they come up near the end, then please just post your comments or send me a private message, and I will respond to you as well. All right. So just a gentle reminder, these are not free readings for people seeking advice. If you would like a free reading from me, my website is coming. It's not completed yet, but please feel free to just send me a private message in the meantime, and I can let you know what my rates are, again, because people come to me when they're going through a crisis or challenge. It is not fortune telling. So if you've been following me for a long time, you understand what it is that I'm doing here. So if you're consistently following me, a lot of your business, you should be staying a lot calmer and moving through your challenges with a lot more grace. That's my goal for you guys. All right. So I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end. So we're going to get started. I've already shared my chi with you. So again, with the question this week, it is how to create space in your personal life to be of service in your business. So I'm just checking for questions. We've got some people joining, Stephen and Carl. Okay, hi guys. All right, so awesome. Now, again, I love to share my personal stories with you guys because, I've considered myself an inspirational storytelling business mentor, and that title is actually changing. I'm going to announce it next week when I do my business launch on the 14th. But, I'm 54 years old. I've been an entrepreneur since I was in my 20s. And yes, I've been involved in different businesses, some very successful, some had their ups and downs. But there was always, something in the business where, there was an essence of myself, my strength that always came through. And, sometimes we're not successful in business because maybe we're doing it somebody else's way. We're not selling something we actually believe in, we're doing things differently or whatever. So throughout the years, and also being a volunteer in my community for many years, where I was involved in all different types of community efforts, my leadership skills are what kept me going. And it doesn't really matter what it is that you're doing, but if you are actually in your strength, meaning you're understanding your archetypes, you're understanding your language, and I mean love language by that, all these different elements, you can be successful no matter what it is that you're working with, right? So I tend to attract a lot of people who are entrepreneurs or in the network marketing business, MLM, direct sales, whatever you want to call it, okay? And so in my membership, we actually work together. There's no sales involved. It's a collective community, and that's called Tamron's Place, which again, I will talk about more in the end. But one of the things I've always noticed about the people that were successful at what it is they were doing were people that actually knew how to manage their time very well. Now, this has nothing to do with what it is you're selling or whatever, but as a Capricorn, and I'm a visionary, so I'm someone that takes things very seriously, no matter what it is that I do. So I'm extremely loyal, right? This is one of my strengths. So one of the things that I've always recognized, so there's my little dog bouncing around in here. One of the things that I've always recognized about myself is that when I have made the decision to do something, that's when I start coordinating, I start planning my schedule, and I'm able to add things into my life when I finally say yes, if I know I can actually create the time in my life. So sometimes that means there's a trade, right? I'm going to have to give something up in order to do that, but what is the outcome? What is it I'm going to achieve in the long term in order to get the result that I want? And I'm going to be honest here, I'm an entrepreneur, right? And I've always been in businesses where I've always met other entrepreneurs. A lot of my friends are not in the corporate world. That's because these are my peeps, right? This is where I hang out. I'm someone, if I go into a new town, I will look for the small business owner. I go in, I pay cash. I don't use credit cards because why? I get it, right? I understand what they go through. So these are just little things that I've learned like over the past 30 years, right? So a lot of things in my membership, you're going to gain insight from someone who's actually been in the retail sales, from someone who's been in direct marketing, from someone who's a woman, who is a stay-at-home mom, who volunteered in the community. Like, I have all kinds of tools to share with you guys. And I'm not storyteller. I'm about sharing and about community, okay? So getting back to that, what I have noticed about some people that have their own business who are always late, you know, never show up for something, actually pay for something and never go to the class, like that just blows my mind. These are energy leaks all over the place that are happening left, right, and center, okay? So if you are someone who is determined to be successful in your business, I'm gonna ask you right now, how well do you manage your time? All right, because if you feel like this is something you can improve, then I have news for you guys, because in my Tamron's Place membership, I was collectively working with people for the past business year, meaning September until May, each week, Monday through Friday, every day, mentoring the people in my group on how to do a number of different things. And one of the things I am actually brilliant at is time management. So what I was doing was working with people every single day. And this was something that I found was so effective for most people. And when they start to learn to manage their time and to actually manage their personal time first, they were more successful in their business. And I'm someone who actually has been able to own and manage 3 separate properties in different parts of the province, run a business, be a stay-at-home mom, do all these kinds of things, still volunteer in my community. Why? Because I was extremely good at time management, and I always stepped into something I loved what I did. All right. So again, this is a gift in your business. All right. So stay tuned till the end of this, because I'll let you guys know when my free webinar is going to be next week and what time, and I will post it below as well, so that you guys can learn some of these free tools and techniques by being a member of Tamron's Place. All right. So here we go. We're going to get started with the reading today. So what advice are we going to get from Spirit today on how to manage time in your personal life to be some more successful in business? So as you guys know, I draw the cards just before we start. The first card is the challenge card. So let me get it so we're not getting any glare for you guys. We've got lights on. It's higher power in the upside down position, which is not negative. It's just a double card deck. So it means we read the cards differently. And the action step Spirit is trying to say to you is the Y card. Now this Y card has come up 3 times in a row. It's been here. This is the 3rd week it came up as the action step. So we've got a lot of stuff happening energetically here as well. And this has a lot to do with what's going on with the planets. But again, it seems to be the theme, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about this. We're going to go back to the first card. So what does this actually mean when we're saying to ourselves, like, how do we manage our personal time? So what this card is actually representing is, if it was in the upright position, it's, if you look at this, it's a beautiful card. I'm just trying to get it without a glare. There's actually a picture of an angel and being connected to your guides, angels, God, love, spirit, whatever you want to call it, right? But if it's in the upside down position, what this is actually saying is, look, there's chaos, there's confusion. So the challenge is for you is, how much time do you spend with yourself, and do you actually trust what you hear? This is huge. This is huge for a lot of people, and it's a common theme for a lot of people that have worked with me as well, because trust is the biggest thing you are going to have to learn in order to calm that monkey mind. All right. So in the world where a lot of people are in the network marketing industry, you know, you're all running out selling the same product, you know, you're all trying to do it the same way. And yet, if you actually create a time in your daily routine to spend time with yourself through meditation, yoga, journaling, spending time in nature, whatever that is, even if it's only 20 minutes a day, guess what happens? You begin to get advice from a higher place. And then the next thing involved in that is trusting that advice. All right? Because it's actually you. Okay. So when you can begin to make decisions in your business based on trusting what you hear, you will begin to blossom differently in your business because you can create an essence of yourself that is truly unique to you. And a lot of people, they get scared. They hear something in their head and they're like, I don't know why, it feels weird. Well, of course it feels weird, because this is really meant for you. So you need to be in a place where people encourage you to live like that and to run your business like that. Okay, so this is one of the elements of Tamron's Place. This is an online support group where we encourage you to do things in your daily practice where you challenge yourself, where you get into yoga, meditation, that kind of stuff. So I'm having a hot flash. We're taking a sip here. So again, this is one of the elements I'm going to be talking about managing your time, is where in your day do you actually put time aside for you and begin to trust it, okay? The second card that came up as the action step is the why. Now, this is an interesting card because if you look at this, again, I'm trying to get it good for you guys here without the glare. The why, the picture in this is really letting go of the old version of you and trusting that new story. All right, so this is that action step. So in the reading, it's basically asking you, if you are not managing your time and you are not trusting yourself, what part of your daily life can you begin to create so that you can create this strength and to trust yourself? Okay, what practices can you put into play? Again, what I talked about earlier is, what is it you're going to do so that you're going to get a different result in your business? All right. So what are you going to put forward? Because believe it or not, if you are following astrology, Saturn is actually going direct this week, right? And Saturn is actually responsible for time management and healthy boundaries. All right. So this is why all of a sudden a lot of people are just feeling like, whoa, I got to get organized. And it's not just because those little darlings are back to school. This is an astrological thing that's happening here. And so if you're wanting to get organized, it's like, what are you stepping into this year in your business? All right. What is the version of you that you want to create? What is that outcome, say, you want in the next few months or by the end of the year? What's one little thing that you're going to be like at the end of the year? It's like, that was a great accomplishment for me. But again, how are you managing your time to get there? Okay, making space in your life. And when you're making space for you first, then you're going to be a lot more focused and have better concentration in your business. So even if you're showing up at meetings and events and whatever, you understand yourself, you spent time with you, so that when people ask you what you do or what it is that you've got going on, you've got it nailed. You've taken time out to practice. You've taken time to look at things. Okay. So again, this is super important in your business. Now, what 3 essential oils would I recommend for you guys this week to balance this energy? Because again, if you're going full force and you're just like, oh my goodness, all right, I've got some time, but you haven't really paced yourself. You haven't really gotten that calendar out, because remember, I'm the Capricorn, right? So for me I'm a visionary, so I've always got the ideas. People come to me when they have a problem, they don't know things or whatever, but it's about having that plan in place, all right? So if I don't write things down, if I don't have my to-do list all segmented, right, I feel crazy. I get anxiety. I can't sleep at night. It's like, oh my God, I'm not organized. But if I get up every day knowing what I want to have done by the end of the week, so I'm ready for whatever, it's about time management. So again, that's why I've been super successful in my life, is because I'm an excellent time manager. All right. So again, if this is your weakness, you're going to maybe want to come to my free webinar next week on Tuesday. Okay. So there's 3 essential oils I would recommend for you guys this week. Again, CPTG grade. I encourage you guys to start using some of the best out there. And if you connect with me, I will recommend a company's product. And again, I don't say it live on social media so that I'm congruent with everything I'm supposed to be saying. Okay. But again, I'm very picky when it comes to products. All right. You can use them topically right out of the bottle. You can learn, as I will teach you in my group, how to make your own roller balls, meaning you add fractionated coconut oil, and they're very specific to you. Again, my background is a lot of holistic work with Bach flower remedies. It's very easy for me. Everybody tells a story. I listen to what your story is, and I will line up which essential oils that I feel are best for you to balance your energy. Because again, a lot of times people feel out of whack on the new moon and the full moon. All right, we've got a new moon coming up on Sunday. All right, means you got to step into something. What is that version of you that you want to step into? Okay. And this week, I'm actually going to talk about how to use essential oils even way more effectively. I'm going to zoom in here for you guys. Look at these veggie capsules, right? You pop them open. Very easy to use, okay? But again, you got to know what you're doing. You got to understand the amounts, the dosages. This is all free information in my membership group, which I encourage you guys. We talk about what 3 oils I'm talking about in my video, and I teach you about them each week. So there's a theme every single week. All right, you can open the capsules, pour the essential oils inside, and you can take them internally. So the 3 oils I'm talking about this week are very specific because they are an edible essential oil. We've got frankincense, lime, and cardamom. I'm going to tell you why I would encourage you to use them this week. Again, frankincense is an essential oil with a company that I use that is CPTG grade. I actually take frankincense every morning when I remember. The odd time I forget, but rare for me to forget. And I put 1 drop under my tongue every single morning. Again, why? Because it gets directly into my bloodstream, goes immediately into the brain, calms me down. And frankincense is the essential oil about trust. Okay, if you've had a lot of situations in your life where you felt betrayed, you felt like you've been taken advantage of or whatever, I'm telling you, as someone myself who's had these experiences in life, you need to learn to trust again. And using high-grade essential oils actually helps to balance your emotions. So when you're using frankincense on a regular basis or putting it in this veggie cap, you're gonna trust yourself, because it's really you who you didn't trust. Like for me, it's when I heard something in my head and I turned the other way. Oh no, you know, I'm going to do something else, or I'm going to date that person, or I'm going to be in business with that person. Yet inside of me, I was like, I knew differently, right? But I looked the other way. So again, frankincense is such a beautiful essential oil, and I recommend it. There's a lot of physical properties to it. It's been mentioned in the Bible. It's one of the top 10 essential oils on the planet, but it is my all-time favorite. So if you don't know what ailment or something, if something's coming up in your life, frankincense is actually the go-to essential oil. So definitely you want to have this in your medicine cabinet. The other 2 essential oils, like I mentioned, are lime and cardamom. So lime is that oil that I call the zippity-doo-dah, like let's get things done, right? But actually lime gives you courage. You know, it's courage to live your life the way you want. And it takes a lot of courage to trust what you hear. I mean, I could write novels of the stories that I have told people where, you know, there were times when, yeah, I didn't trust myself, but the times when I was going through massive changes in my life and I heard differently, it was like, I don't know why I'm hearing this. I don't know why I got to go here. I don't know why I got to call this person, but I did it. And people are like, their hair would stand up and go, wow. That person would say, well, I know why you called me or whatever, okay? So lime really helps with that combination. And cardamom is the essential oil. It has a lot to do with the chest, with grief, with breathing, again, because if we're going through a lot of changes in our life, a lot of it is, you know, we've had to manage that grief, right? Like we've had to come out of something, right? We're getting the O. So cardamom is really, really effective in this combination because, again, it helps you with your destiny. All right. So again, when you're trusting yourself, this is when it's like the petals, the heart chakra begins to open. This is when the wild stuff in your life begins to happen. And you start attracting people into your life that are so in alignment, it almost feels like a spiritual relationship. All right. Now you guys understand what I'm talking about. I'm even getting goosebumps feeling this and telling this story. Okay. Because there's no question why you did something. You trusted, you had the courage to do it, and boom, it's like destiny. All right. So again, I'm going to recap for you guys. Frankincense, lime, and cardamom, beautiful essential oils. Take them internally. Again, send me a private message or you are welcome to come to my free webinar, which is going to be next Tuesday. So I'll be going live here on Facebook again in the daytime at 222. But on 8 p.m. Eastern time, I'll be posting the event later today for Eventbrite. It's a free webinar. It's an opportunity for me to share with you what my Tamara's Place membership is all about, what am I going to be doing weekly, how we're using essential oils, how we're going to have our full moon webinars, and on the new moon as well, you'll be able to invite your friends. These are some of the free things. We'll be talking about the templates we're using, the archetypes that I want you guys to recognize so you understand your strengths in who you are in your life, and you use your archetype as your platform in your business so that you are not just a mini version of everybody else. You know, you understand that language that you can speak to connect to some of the people that have some of the same archetypes as you, and they get you. Like, it's not such a hard sell, right? So they're very powerful. Again, I share with you whose wisdom I'm teaching you from. These are some of my favorite spiritual teachers. And then we go through the books. We've got all kinds of book review. We've got all kinds of fun stuff happening for this year coming up. So again, my membership runs from mid-September to mid-May, all right? We take a month off in December. Who wants to work at Christmas? Not me. Again, we regroup again in the middle of January and we go to mid-May. And after that, you know, if you plan your life, okay, and you plan your schedule for the year ahead of time, and you plan how much money you need to make, how to cover your expenses, how to know what it is that you're spending every month, you're going to be able to take time off. You're going to be able to be like me and be able to take the entire summer off. All right. Because for me as a Capricorn and a visionary, I need time to decide what I'm going to do, what books I'm going to write, what it is I'm going to do for the next year come September. So I don't want to work in the summer. And my kids are in university now. They don't even live with me anymore. But you know what? I finally learned how to really take time management to a whole new level. And I'm going to guide you guys on how to do that as well. So I am super excited. Again, this is my strength. If it is your weakness, I encourage you to come to that webinar. We're going to have free webinars going on every month. But again, first one is going to be next Tuesday on the 11th. And I actually launched my membership on Friday, September the 14th. And if you guys are following the moon, you'll understand why I do this and when. And I'm going to teach you guys about this as well, because even in your business, everything is energy, right? So what's happening in the sky is happening to us. We feel it. It's a part of us, whether you recognize it or not. And I'm going to teach you guys some of those elements as well in the membership. So we have a lot of fun. And if you also know me, again, you always know that anything you come to with me, whether it's a webinar, you come to my retreats, whatever it is you do in membership, there's always something free. So there's going to be a great gift for you guys just for attending that as well. All right, so stay tuned. I will be posting below this and on my wall again. So I hope you guys have found this useful. I'm going to check, make sure we've got people commenting, see if anybody has any questions. Okay, we've got hello, people joining. Hi, Tamara and Gina. Awesome. Thank you for joining. Hopefully you're still here. Rita's on here. Sarah, hello. Mike, awesome, from the States. Yeah, he's actually from Northern Ontario, so he totally gets it. Hopefully he was on here at the beginning. Sarah, is this just for information live? Love frankincense. No, we got Danny. So thank you guys for joining. Is just for live. I'm not too sure what your question is, Sarah. I'm going to comment after the video. I'm going to ask you what it is that you're really wanting advice on, and I can maybe help you a little bit, give you a little bit more clarity just for information live. No, because again, I do encourage people to use high-grade essential oils on a daily basis, actually, to help you balance your emotions. If you understand what it is that you're doing and how to use them, you will begin to use them every single day. And if you are a mom or you're a parent, yeah, you can really help your kids. A lot of our kids right now, you got to understand why people are very sensitive. They're probably most likely empathic. All right. So you can really help your kids, even teens. I'm now working with a lot of like kids in their 20s. Again, because I don't know where they're getting, they need that advice. They need mentorship from people that have been through it. And that's definitely, you know, something that I can help people with as well. And my membership is affordable so affordable for people. There's different levels, but the basic membership, even kids in university and college can afford to be in it. And there's also ways to get in for free. And I also have barter. A barter membership level as well. Again, all that information is going to be on my free webinar next week. And then once that launches, I'll be continuing to share with you guys as well. We're just getting the final touches on everything. So I encourage you to jump on that webinar, all right? It might even be for someone you care about or someone in your family as well. It may not be for you. All right, this video was a little bit long. I apologize. We went about 10 minutes over. Sorry, I guess I'm just a little bit excited myself. They're usually about 20 minutes each week. So I encourage you guys to come back next week. Again, the questions that I'm using each week are actually in alignment with how people are feeling astrologically with what's happening with the planets in the sky. All right, so I've changed that up a little bit. Every video each week gets uploaded to YouTube under my channel called Tamara's Place. So thanks for being here. I will see you guys again here live 222 next Tuesday. Cheers for now. Bye-bye.